Welcome back to the channel. Today, guys, we got a huge unboxing. As you guys can see, we have a CVS alternator pulley kit. And wow, I've seen this stuff online. I actually purchased mine off eBay. It's one of the cheapest options, it looked like. And yeah, the quality on this stuff is awesome. So the kit that I got came with everything from alternator only setup. It is a 6-rib serpentine belt setup, and it's chrome. I kind of wanted black, but I could only find the chrome in a 3-bolt configuration for the first gen cars. It looks like after that they all go to a 4-bolt, so I was kind of just stuck with this one. But now that I have it here, seeing the quality of it and everything, I'm actually not upset that I couldn't get black, because man, the milling and machining on this is great. So this guy's the water pump pulley, as you guys can see, and everything was individually boxed. Really nice. Within every box, it comes with the appropriate hardware too, so you don't need to buy anything. It's all here. So that's for the water pump. We got the crank over here, which for first gen cars, they are 3-bolt. And looks really good. Depending if you had AC and power steering, obviously you would have different sections for your different serpentine belt patterns and everything like that. They even have an 8-belt, I think. I don't remember if that's for the first gen though or not. Yep, so that's for the crank. This guy is for the alternator itself. So I have an aftermarket Power Master alternator. And the way this guy works is it actually comes with a little cover, which is really neat, and the hardware. So we'll reuse the bolt that came on the Power Master alternator, and then this guy just kind of sits over. Then it kind of has some bolts with these 3 little spots here that line up with the 3 corresponding spots, and you put a bolt through there, and that would look really neat. It also comes with alternator fan, so that just kind of fits on this back pulley. Perfectly right in there. So if that needs to be balanced or anything, it should be exactly how it needs to be, completely fine. Fits in there just great. Obviously it doesn't go this way because it's going to have to be, you have contact with your belt and everything, so it's pretty obvious that's how it sits in there, I would imagine. I don't actually know, but I'm assuming. And obviously that bolt, it should all turn together. Put that kind of back in there. And then we also have the mounting bracket as well for some added support. So this guy goes up by the alternator, I think, in a fashion either like this or like this. I'm not entirely sure. I obviously know it uses these 2 bolts up here, and I believe a 3rd one. Yeah, it looks like it does use a 3rd one, so it would actually go on there like this. There's a little indentation here that looks like it's made for the bolts. And then you have a little heim joint tensioning rod as well. I'm not entirely sure. I know what this is. I'm not entirely sure what this is for. I know it goes down by the alternator and it's supposed to help, I guess, mount that. Maybe flex or something. I'm not entirely sure. It looks cool. I don't know if it really serves a purpose or not, if it's more for aesthetics, but hey, it's pretty good looking. You can see they come with tons of hardware in here to mount everything up, which is awesome. Anybody who knows about these water timing covers and everything like that these have a ton of different bolts and configurations. So looks like we got everything we will need in there. And then we do have some directions that I put over in this box. Gives you a full inventory list, which is nice. Kind of gives you a picture of how it's all supposed to be with the correct bolt. And then, that's what it's going to look like. Now, my alternator, yeah, it's actually probably about in the right spot. When I was buying this kit, I looked to make sure I had a passenger side little radiator hose. And the only ones that had that was the 3-bolt. So I had to go out to the car and check, and it was the 3-bolt. So it looks like they know what they're talking about for sure. Flip that guy over. We got nothing on that one. And it looks like they got some steps. These pretty basic steps. Looks like somebody, doing this at home. But they really don't need to be anything more than that. Remove your water pump pulley and alternator bracket. Okay, cool. Attached to the correct hardware and everything. And here's a picture. have everything you need with the correct shims and spacers and everything like that. So I mean, yeah, that's all you need. Why spend a ton of money on anything if you don't need it and then drive up costs for your customers? So yeah, super happy with this kit so far. I'm really excited to get this on the car. May start that actually here shortly, but I'm actually working on the electrical, which will be before this video for you guys. I'll let my battery charge up. Welcome back, guys. We're working on getting the water pump pulley off. It's just a 7/16 bolt. As you can see, there's 3 of them, so pretty easy. And I mean, that's it. Just gotta finish getting these guys off, slide the new one on, and I'm pretty much gonna do that for this one. The dreaded crank pulley, which I'm probably gonna do last because I'm not excited about that one, to be honest. And then the alternator pulley I'll do next. You know, I gotta get my thing out here to get my tripod out here, get me on a time lapse. So let me go grab that and we'll get back to you guys. Okay guys, so here we are with the CVF kit almost installed. Got about half of it done. So change the angle there, and you can see this stuff looks amazing. Fitment so far been great. The quality, I mean, this stuff is just really nice, especially for the price. I think for this kit about 250 bucks. So really, for 250 bucks, I'd be surprised if you could find anything nicer. This stuff is really nice. The things I gotta grab some Allen keys. You see, I don't have those T-handles and they're too long, so I can't really tighten anything down or really move forward. And I mean, that's it. I mean, you read the instructions, follow along. Off camera, admittedly, I put this water pump one on, and then I realized I couldn't get that bracket on because it goes just slightly behind it. And trying to get the bolts out from the old one, as you saw, were pretty difficult. Mine were pretty seized in there pretty good. I feel like pretty lucky that I was able to get some stuff done with the hammer kind of hitting that old bracket. But it's a shame that nobody's ever going to see this all the time, but I really think we're going to have a really good contrast once we get everything cleaned up. Having some nice chrome towards the front, kind of period, look a little bit more period correct. A lot of black with some red. I think it's just going to look really nice. But I gotta go run and get some tools. Like I said, I just don't have any Allen keys. I only have the T-handles, so those won't work in this application. But so far it's been pretty easy overall. I am a little bit worried about having enough room to get that alternator bolt off, but I think hopefully we'll be fine. If not, then I can just pull out the whole alternator, and that's not a big deal. Which is pretty much the next step. So I want to get this guy mounted in there. That way I have leverage to work against it. So we'll update you guys probably when I'm done. I mean, there's really not too much to it, just the 3 bolts in the crank, and they're easy. So, and then just getting the belt on there, and I'll update you guys with the size of the belt eventually when I get it. We got a ton of other stuff I'm working on right now as well. So we'll get moving and we'll keep going. We got about 3 videos going on right now at the same time, so just trying to stay organized. But we will update you guys on the install here once I go get some Allen keys. Okay guys, so we're back. I got all my alternator pulleys and everything. You can see that it has the little indentation to be kind of keyed into the fan, just like the original. So let's see how she fits. Like a glove. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. And once we tighten that guy down, we have our lock ring. Get on there, and our nut, which I'm going to hit this with the impact and Well, I don't really know how I'm going to hold it real well because I had the leverage with a screwdriver last time. So, and I really don't want to mar up any of the nice aluminum or anything. So I'm kind of hoping if I get it on there kind of tight, I might be able to just hold the pulley just a tad if I just barely tap it. We'll see. And then the last cool thing, man, these guys, they've done great, is it comes with this cover. Nice billet cover, just 3 little Allen head screws that you put on there, so it covers up everything as well. I mean, how cool is that? You don't even see the nut or anything anymore. It's gonna look so good. So I gotta put my phone down. I'll put you guys on the video. We will see if I can hold this efficiently. Okay guys, so wish me luck here. I'm gonna hold this guy and hopefully not wreck myself. And it says it's got to be about 70 foot-pounds, but you know, I think that's more than enough. And actually looking at it, you can see kind of where the threads are. So I might just give it one more little. Yep, just that. I don't want to over tighten it and break the shaft. Everything feels like it's locked into place really good. So that is freaking sweet. Really happy with that. Well, we got this here, make it easier. Get the cover on. We got this giant hex set. Didn't realize I was gonna need it. Oh, you know what? No, it's not. $9.64. All right, and should be right there. Oh, that looks so cool. It's kind of just a little showpiece, guys, so I'm not really worried about getting it on there like crazy. Just tight to hold it on. Don't want it obviously flinging off. Just to check. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Well, awesome. I'll put you guys on a time lapse. Fortunately, we gotta get back to these 2 bolts here, which, man, these ones just kind of stink. They take some time, especially because you have to use such a big hex key, you know, to get in here in order to get these bolts. So I guess that would be my only complaint is, I mean, this is a massive hex key. So when you're turning right here, you know, first off, there's not enough room. You have to take out the alternator to use it to be quicker. So you have to turn it, and I mean, you're just going a little bit at a time, so it just takes a while. So that's what I'm gonna do off camera, and then I will update you guys after. Well, of course, it was me. CVS actually sends you new hardware. So, there it is. There's our 3 bolts for the crank. So I'm going to finish that up. So we got everything installed, guys, with the correct hardware. Now that I have it, because I was like, man, these guys are way too good. There's no way they didn't send the bolts for the crank. And I should recheck the box, and it was right in there. So there is everything installed. It looks so freaking good, even though you're not really going to see it. It's kind of weird having chrome, though. It's like kind of the black engine bay and everything. But yeah, definitely pretty excited about it. It also seems like it might be a little bit pushed back this way. You should have a little bit more room between your radiator as well. Probably got about, I don't know, 3 inches or so. I do have one complaint, and that is, it's gonna be stupid, but the Allen head bolts, they just suck, because, you know, when you're using an Allen key, and I'm sure there's a better tool out there for it, so I'm sure it's probably something that I got. But like this one, you know, you really can't get a ton of turning on there before you start hitting the pulley, and you don't really want to mar up that pulley, so you're trying to avoid that as much as possible. So then you got to go kind of down this way, and again, you get maybe, I mean, this one was a better one. You get like half a turn, and then you got to pull it out, you know, get the angle just right so where it fits in there, because it's, you know, slotted, or it's keyed the 6 ways, then go back up, you know, pull it back out. When you start pulling it out and in and out a whole bunch, that's when I get worried that you're actually going to do more damage than good in regards to actually kind of stripping those out. So, wasn't a huge fan of that, especially, you know, I could take off the radiator hose. That would help a little bit, obviously, but then I'd take out like the battery tray. I'd have to take out the radiator hose. I really need to get rid of the radiator. You know, maybe if I didn't have the radiator in, it would be a lot better. Actually, it would have been a lot better without the radiator in, but, you know, that's my only complaint, so not bad. Everything is looking good. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I got to go get a belt, and I'm gonna do that off camera probably tomorrow. And I'm just gonna take a string, measure kind of the distance, and load it up to 6 rib, and we should be good to go. I'm a little concerned. It does look like the alternator might be sitting not perfectly straight. It almost looks a little, maybe potentially a little off. Don't even know how to explain it. Instead of being nice and flat, it looks like it's cut back, you know, back towards the front of the car a little bit. So, you know, if it was straight, that'd be fine, but it looks like it's kind of like that a little bit. Maybe that's just how it's supposed to be. I use all spacers and everything. I'm pretty sure it's not anything on them. It might just be like my motor mounts or the way that's sitting. And honestly, it could just be my eye deceived me with the sun kind of shining in right there too. So when I do get the belt, I'll let you guys know what size I end up going with. And, you know, get it on. I'll show it to you, hopefully with the belt all the way on. I've been doing the electrical. Currently, the car does not turn over, so mess something up with electrical. And lastly, back to the Allen key kind of thoughts. I luckily enough went and bought this kit here that it comes with everything. You know, pretty extensive, you know, kit. It comes with everything you would need, really. But it came with this guy too, which, as you can see, it has spots where you can get more leverage on your Allen keys. So for the crank bolts, you know, you couldn't really get a ton of leverage on there unless you probably had something like this. And even then, getting this in there was not easy. It was not an easy task either. That was kind of a feat in itself in order to get that on there. I don't think we'll get this back in there one-handed, and we'll get it later. So again, just I'm sure there's a better tool. I bet you there's a Allen keys you can get for like your ratchet that was probably be a little bit more helpful. Everything came in boxes and was labeled really well, as you guys saw. The instructions were they're pretty bare bones, but I mean they really weren't too bad. If I had to do it again, I would have just taken the alternator completely off from the get-go and took the fan bolt off. And then same with the water pump pulley. I actually put this one on right away because I thought it'd be nice enough and out of the way. It's not. This guy, the bracket needs to go in first before you do the water pump pulley. And then you can't put this on, obviously, with the alternator on until you get that fan bolt off. because there's not enough room or anything in there to get it. So I actually had to take this kit on and off probably like 3 different times, and that was just because I was kind of shortcutting it, and then the alternator kind of threw me for a loop. I didn't realize that it was going to be so easy with an impact instead of trying to do it by hand. In general, I try to do most stuff by hand on this car just because everything's so old, and anytime I feel like I use a power tool, I end up making it 10 times worse because I snap something, over torque something, anything like that. And I've had that happen a few times when I was taking some stuff apart, so it was a little annoying. Try to use hand tools. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I will show you guys when I get a belt on it. Okay guys, we got cut. I'm just holding both ends and we got nice and tight. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay this out. And we're just gonna try to get a measurement. And with the adjustability we have, it doesn't exactly need to be 100% perfect. Alright, so there's roughly a 0. I'm going to put both hands and get it nice and tight. I'll let you guys know the overall length. Okay guys, after some complaining, we did get it on. But you can see, zoom into that guy. I feel like they need to make this tube longer. That way you don't have so many threads showing. Yeah, I just don't know if I really like that. Anyway, it's on. I mean, it looks great. Got our tension set. There's just a little bit of play. Could probably try and tighten it up maybe even just a tad more. As long as I can turn these pulleys and the belt goes with it. Yeah, should be good. We have to end up tightening it a little bit more. We can. Hopefully we don't. So, tips for tightening it. This bolt down here holds the left one on. For some reason, it will not come out. I don't know why. Allen key and aluminum, just gotta be very careful. So I can only get out this one, and you gotta set your length. Yeah, you will figure it out. So hopefully we're good. And for belt size, so what I did was I took that twine, as you guys saw in an earlier video. I went to every auto parts store around, couldn't find one. That was a 6 rib belt that would work. So this is the only one I can find online, and I actually grabbed it off Amazon. It is a Goodyear belt. I don't know, multi-V, sure, whatever, polycord, static resistant, sure. Don't really know if that means anything. But here is the size. So it is a 6P K0978. So roughly about 38.5 inches long, which is what you want. So that will conclude the video for now. That is gonna end the CVF install. I mean, great quality looking stuff. I need to shine it back up somehow. All the hardware is there. Instructions are pretty good. Just that, that turnbuckle. I mean, I really just wish they had a better way about dealing with it. I don't know if the manufacturer, whenever they got it or something, was just a little bit off or what. And the Allen key bolts, not a fan. You just really can't get in there versus if you could just ratchet it in with the ratchet socket, it would just make it much easier. They look a lot better, I will say, but again, with aluminum, you just gotta be very careful getting everything nice and tight. So it is what it is. In regards to all the spacers and alignment and everything, let me show you guys that. They clearly did their R&D for that to work and get everything spaced really, really nice. Everything's very nice looking, doesn't really look crooked or anything. Turnbuckle's a little crooked. Again, that's the only thing I had issues with, is that turnbuckle just being a little strange. But beyond that, everything's looking good. I would give you guys a start, but my car's not starting right now. Still trying to figure out a couple of little electronical things, and just taking a break from that while I have this in there. And trying to get rid of some car parts. At the time of making this video, I have family staying with me for about a month, maybe a little longer, while they're waiting to move into their house. So it's been a little crazy, and because of that, the Mustang's been taking a back seat to getting any work done, and so videos and everything like that. So we're working on it when we can, and we finally have a not 100-degree day. So we are rocking about the 80s. So I'm going to try and get as much done as I can today, and we'll go from there. But as always, guys, thanks for all support. If you guys got any tips, tricks, or comments below, especially about these Allen key bolts, I mean, there's got to be an attachment or something for a ratchet, because then it'd just be so much easier. I don't even know if there is. I'm sure there is. There's got to be. I'd recommend getting that set for sure, if there is a tool. And that's it. So leave any tips, tricks, comments below, anything to help out anybody who can find our videos along our Mustang restoration journey. And thanks for the support.